NBA sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Across the 30-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot, but what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Now a handoff looking right. Showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
And to give this time to the tailback. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
That's the score. Niners 7, Seahawks nothing. Miami Bourbon set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
25-yard line.
Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. These two rivals played 2 of the better games in the NFL a season ago. You remember Week 17, it was Dre Greenlaw stopping Jacob Hollister at the 1 to preserve a 26-21 49er win. And that wound up both winning them the NFC West and earning them the #1 seed. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. To throw is Wilson. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Now Wilson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move.
31.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. And they give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Niners' 23-yard line.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
That's tough when they're defensively because look at the stops they got on 1st and 2nd down, and it's 1st and 2nd and goal. And then on 3rd down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Niners take over 1st and 10.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
I don't care how we're playing the game these days. Offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
10-yard line.
The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And again, this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Throwing is Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. It's a gain of 35. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Gain on the play brings up 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they try the right side here. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's He's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will knot things up here late in the first half. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up?
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
56.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
First down, Seahawks.
This time Wilson will throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again. Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. The play fake. Here's Wilson. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Oh, he ain't seen it like that before.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Here we go, D. Here come again.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Now Wilson on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. This is Carson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And it's 3rd down.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, but it's going to be 2nd down.
And inches.
Now handoff here to his running back. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Now they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. From the gun, Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Colby Parkinson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. And he'll bang that one through.
Makes the score Seahawks 17, 49ers 10.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
2nd and 11 now. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Gonna give this time to the tailback. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
36. Switch.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got the 1st, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So a challenge is upon us. I tell you, close game, 4th quarter. This is a huge decision.
Oh, no doubt about that, partner. A lot has to be riding on this call. And you know it is a tight one because it has to be indisputable visual evidence in order to change it. Now here's the big question. Do they actually have that evidence?
We're about to find out. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This now a chance at the very least to burn some clock following that fourth down stop. Points would be ideal for some breathing room, no doubt, and really a field goal would be huge. That would make it a two-score game. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Third and 2, now Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Niners take over first and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 32. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 20-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career, and that ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the past, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys were excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
Now they try the right side here. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds right at...
The 40. A 28-yard gain. First down, Seahawks.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
3rd down.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Wilson to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Javon Kinlaw able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Seahawks send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Niners will go on offense 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to...
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So the victory here for Seattle, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half, the adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Seahawks, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.